Hello, this is Messages from the Angels TV show and podcast with your host, Judy Jewett, co-host Catherine Lanigan. How are you, Catherine?
I'm great today, even though it's only 9 degrees here in Indiana. So, and this is northwestern Indiana. We're like really close to Chicago. So, 6 miles from the Michigan border. So we're really up there.
You really are, and I'm in the
Yeah.
South, and it was 25 this morning, so that
Yeah. So
definitely
it's
understand. Okay, let's jump back into Magical Midnight. We're here
magical
to
midnight.
bring everybody hope and joy and help you to remember the faith that you have and of having and knowing you may have everything you want. There's magic in life. Here it is. You can purchase the book at Amazon. You can get the Kindle. It's right here. You can purchase the book. It's one of those books you can sit down and read actually in a day. I read a chapter a day because that's what I enjoy first thing in the morning. And with that, Catherine, let's talk about the human, because this is a love story.
It is a love story all the way around. It's a love story.
Yeah.
It's a story about a father and son who are estranged, and the son Owen is a financial planner in Chicago. He's very successful, but he's extremely logical in his mind. His thinking brain overcomes what's going on in his heart, because as we've talked about on many of our shows, is there's a lot of brain activity in the heart. The father has just had a heart attack, and he's in the hospital, and all he wants is love. He just wants his son home for Christmas. He has his son Owen left right after college. His mother passed away, and he hasn't been back since. And all his dad wants is for him to just come home one more Christmas. And so the father is at that place where, without love, he just doesn't want to be here anymore. And so this is Owen's one last chance to make that happen. And the angel comes down to get them back together before that ending moment of the father Gregory passing from this realm into the next realm. So the underlying point of her mission is if she does not bring them back together by midnight on Christmas Eve, then her mission is obviously to take dad to the other side. So
Yeah, you feel
yeah.
that sense of urgency while you're reading the book, and you can't
Yes.
wait to find out what happens. And I
Right.
think the humanness of doubting everything and
Mm-hmm.
not trusting anything, and
Right.
just the struggle the son has, right, with wanting to stay in his head and live a very artificial life, and
Correct.
and had
Yeah.
a real problem with going home to see dad or staying. Like it was like he was put out because he had to stay with his father.
Yes,
That
he was. He was like he all he wanted to do was get back to Chicago. He had, a girlfriend there. He had a really great job. He had clients, and all of his obligations that he had in Chicago were more important than staying and taking care of his father for 3 days until Christmas. And he could not get out of his head. That's the whole point, is to get out of your head and get into your heart. And that's what I'm hoping that this book does for a lot of people. Get out of your head, get into your heart.
that's the thing. Get out of your head into your heart. I'm writing that down because that needs to be a title.
Yeah, yeah, because it's especially at Christmas time, we're all thinking about, well, I need to, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else, as I need to make more cookies. I've got to get the packages in the mail. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. But when it really comes down to it all, is Christmas is about telling the people that you love them, and say it.
And say it right and feel it right.
And
Okay,
mhm.
this is the end of the segment. Messages from the Angels TV show and podcast with your host, Judy Jewett, co host Catherine Lanigan. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.